And welcome to another session, another Friday session of Edugo.AI webinar. I'm very happy to have you all here. And my name is Nicole Carvelli. I am Edugo.AI BD manager. I ask you guys to close the mic so that we can go ahead with a very clear sound. And okay. So first of all, I would like to know where are you guys from? So just drop a message in the chat box and see how international are we today. I am currently speaking from Italy, and I'm very excited to introduce you our two webinar speaker. We have James Liu, who is joining us for the first time. So thanks, James, for joining and for this collaboration. And then we have also Giuseppe Tomasello. So if this is not the first time you are joining one of the webinar, I think that you already know Giuseppe. However, okay, I see already some replies, people coming from China. It's late there. Lebanon, Vancouver. Then yes, already a question. Will this meeting be recorded? Yes, the meeting will be recording and we will upload it on our YouTube channel. But we suggest you to stay live, of course, if you can, because at the end, we are going to have an interactive moment with all the questions you might have. So I would like to start by asking James to give, and also Giuseppe soon after, to give a brief introduction of yourself to our audience. So James, please.
Yeah, thank you, Nicole. Hey everyone, I'm James Liu. I think this is a new audience to me. I wanted to just give you guys a very brief introduction myself. So I'm originally from China. I see some people from China too. Hey everyone out here. So I'm originally from China, and I actually went to the same school with you guys, Huadong Ligong. Then about 15 years ago, I'm much older than you guys. 15 years ago, after graduating from the college, I came to the US for my PhD. For my PhD training here, so I got my PhD. I did my postdoc, had my MBA in the US. For 10 years, did some research as well in academia. And then made a move to management consulting. So I've been a consultant for 2 years, working with corporates, global companies for their marketing, sales, and pricing strategies. So in 2019, I started a business helping teachers, mostly ESL teachers with their own business, how to get students online, how to charge a higher rate. And it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years, a little bit over 3 years since we started this. And now we have grown a lot. We have helped thousands of teachers in the past 3 years. We have trained, I think, almost 3,000 teachers in person and through group training as well in the past 3 years. And we have a team of 16 people right now working on the business, helping the teachers. We have a community of 20,000 people online in our community, all teachers and language teachers and other teachers in the community. I'm happy to be here today. I have some presentation, some slides to share with you guys. Hopefully you can learn something from my presentation, and I will definitely answer the questions as well at the end.
Great, thank you, James. And Giuseppe, it's your turn.
Yeah, thank you, Nicole, and thank you, James, for your introduction. My name is Giuseppe Tomasello, and I am the CEO and founder of Edugo.AI. So we are actually part of the same alumni with James, as he was saying, because I study also, at least part of my study was in China. So in the same university in Shanghai, Huadong Ligong Daxue. And so I spent actually like 7 years in China. I just moved back from China to Europe actually 3 months ago. And yeah, so now I'm, again in Europe after many years of living abroad. So I have also like a pretty extensive international experience. So I've been living in China, in South America, in Middle East, in Africa, also in Miami, North America. So I've been traveling almost all my life. And that's the reason why I get very passionate about language learning. And that's the reason why I love to be in this industry. So the reason why I started Edugo in the first place, it was because I was struggling learning Chinese. And so being a software engineer, I started to build the first version of what was a very simple prototype of Edugo at the time, which was helping me to memorize all these specific kind of words and sentences that was specific for my job in China. And after that, like I was solving my own problem as a student, and then the solutions start to evolve, other people start to use, and my team start to grow. And of course, today Edugo is a very different solution, which right now we actually providing services to language schools, but also to individual teachers. And but we always keep the kind of the soul of the business, which is actually like starting from a student-centric approach. And we believe that that is the secret of succeeding into this business. If you want to get students and you want to retain students, you need to focus on delivering value for the students. And so that's the reason why we're very passionate about like language learning, and we develop AI technology to actually provide this kind of personalized services. So I'm very excited actually to have the webinar with James, because James is going to show how actually being specific and teaching specific language can be very helpful for you to grow your business. And actually Edugo was born with this in mind. So I think we have a perfect fit. And so after James' presentation, we're going to show you a quick demo of Edugo and actually how can you use Edugo to deliver some of these personalized experiences. And at the end, we are going to have a discussion. So stay with us till the end so we can have a nice group discussion all together.
Exactly. Thank you also, Giuseppe, for this presentation. So I would like to just go through very quickly to the agenda so we can see what we are going to cover today. So if you can see my screen, can you see my screen, guys? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so today we are going to talk about how to get a student online and charge a higher rate. Specifically, James is going to introduce us what is a niche teaching, so the only solution for teachers to charge a higher rate. Then we are going to discover the two marketing models available for online teachers and the only one that really works. Then James is going to talk about the simple, proven 3 steps to get your own students online and succeed in your online language business. And then at the end, as Giuseppe anticipated, we are going to showcase the Edugo.AI white label platform as a practical solution to launch and grow your language business online. So without further ado, I think that James, you can start diving deep into this topic. The floor is yours.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Yeah, that's that. Bring you guys a quick presentation. I hope I can finish in 20 minutes. If you have questions, you can already put in the comments. I'll address that later in the Q&A. Yeah, so let's get started. So the topic today is about how to get students online and charge what you are worth. So this is a very good topic for independent teachers who have been struggling of getting students and charging a higher rate. And I hope I can share some lights on the path you can follow here. So I already did an introduction myself. I'm a business coach for ESL teachers, and I would like to go independent and build a 6-figure online teaching business. So about me, I kind of briefly talk about that as well. One thing I want to add, I like the part about why you did a business or why you did this business. Actually, I was inspired by my teachers as well. As I worked with my own teachers, my own English teachers in 2018, helping them with their business because they were struggling. And we had some success, and that's one of the reasons. I think the biggest reason for me to start this business, helping other teachers who are also struggling in 2019. All right, so in the past few years, we have worked it's already more than 2,500 teachers now to go independent and charge a higher rate. Many teachers have increased their rates to over $100 an hour. I know this can be a big number to you guys if you're not charging that high, but a lot of teachers are doing that, following our instructions, our training. And many teachers have quit their job, become fully independent with their business. So who is this webinar for? There are a couple group of teachers who are helping. So if you're a traditional teacher considering teaching online, it's a good opportunity to learn how this can be done, because it's been more challenging to get students in the traditional way, knocking on doors or doing newspaper ads or whatever you're doing to grow your business. And it's almost impossible to maintain your price because all the competition you're seeing from the company, schools, other teachers online, right? A lot of more and more teachers are shifting from in-person to online teaching now, and they get used to that. The technology and social media have been improving, and it's not hard to learn at all, right? And the Edugo is doing a great job helping you guys, making things much easier to teach online. And I think it's a time for you guys to embrace this opportunity. So if you're currently teaching for online companies and schools, a lot of teachers have already got into this, but they're working for online schools and companies, but not happy because they're not getting paid enough. And the $20 to $30 an hour, that's kind of a rates maybe last year, 2 years ago. Now the average is $15 an hour teaching online. It's really low. It's barely above the minimum wage, okay? And you can do better. And also teaching with the company and schools, you don't have control over anything, your hours, your rates, or your curriculum. And company schools can disappear, which happened last year in August, right? The policy came out from China, and then suddenly all these companies just disappear, right? So that happens, and this teaching with company and schools is not a long-term solution. So if you have tried to market your own business online but failed, so there are teachers who have been trying this. They have a website that didn't work. They try to use social media. They only attract people, freeloaders, who are not willing to pay. And the online marketing works. So I want to tell you, online marketing works. It didn't work for you. It does not mean it doesn't work. It does not work. It's just because you are not following the right approach. And I hope I can explain that a little bit better today, so you understand what you need to do exactly to market yourself online. Okay. So if this relates to you, it relates to you. Any of what I said before relates to you, this presentation is going to help you. Good. So in the next 20 minutes, as Nicole suggested, there's 3 topics I'm going to cover. Niche teaching, the only solution for teachers to charge a higher rate, 2 marketing models that are available, and then simple, proven 3 steps you can follow to get your student online and succeed in online teaching business. Let's start with the first one, niche teaching. So this might be a new topic for you, right? I want to compare this general teaching and niche teaching first, so you understand what it is, right? So general teaching is the case where you teach everything. Now, general teaching offers a wide range of services from, so I'm using English as example, as I said here, I think I have a slide here, right? So I'm gonna use English teacher as example because that's the majority of our clients. And we do have other language teachers working with us as well. So I'm gonna use English, teaching English as example when I try to explain my points here, okay? So for general teaching, just you're teaching everything from conversational English to business English, accent reduction, exam preparation. It's like anything your student wants, you teach them. That's general teaching. You're a general teacher. And niche teaching focuses on specific group of students with similar problems when it comes to English that your service aim to solve the students. I know this might not be the easiest way for you to understand, but I'll explain later. You're gonna see some examples, okay? Niches. Some of you probably think about niches. Niches are defined by the problems students have, not English proficiency level, demographics, or geographic location, right? So give you some examples. Poorly defined niche. Now people come to you, James, I have a niche. I target English beginners. That's not a good niche. I target children ages 3 to 6 years old. That's not a good niche. I target Chinese business professionals. That's not a good niche. That's not a very well-defined niche. And well-defined niche should focus on problems. So English beginners are not good niche, but English beginners who would like to speak more fluently, the problem they want to solve, the result they want to get, then there's a better defined niche. Children aged 3 to 6 years who would like to read in English, the problem they are trying to solve, that's a better defined niche. Chinese business professional who would like to expand their business to English-speaking countries. Chinese business professional, that's not a good defined niche, a well-defined niche, but Chinese business professional who would like to expand their business to English-speaking countries, there's a particular reason for them to learn English. That's a better defined niche, okay? So this is a niche teaching, how you see niches, and what a well-defined niche looks like, right? And there are 2 reasons. Now keep that in mind. There are 2 reasons why niche teaching is the only solution for teachers to charge a higher rate. Why niche teachers get to charge over $100 an hour, and general teachers only charge $15, less than $15 an hour. And I want to explain that so you understand. So the first reason niche teaching can differentiate you and position you as an expert. Let's talk about that first, okay? So it's obvious, right? When you have a niche, you focus on the same niche, then students from your niche see you as an expert, a specialist who only help people like them and who can solve their problems. They see you as a specialist. You're not a generalist, a specialist. It's very similar to the way you perceive general practitioner versus a neurosurgeon, who earns more, who works more, right? The different perception when it comes to niche teaching and general teaching, and similarly, general English teachers for everyone, or English communication coach for IT professionals. So if I'm an IT professional, I'm looking at two different teachers. One is a teacher teaching everybody. One is a teacher only help IT professionals. How I perceive that teacher specializing in IT professionals, definitely an expert. I would love to pay more because this teacher is an expert, a specialist. So similarly, right? It's very easy to understand. And general teacher, not to mention general teaching is getting more competitive than ever. So many companies, schools, and teachers are doing teaching, and online teaching allows the teachers to teach everywhere. And so the supply is much bigger now. So people can easily find a general teacher everywhere. That's why it drives the price down, like lower and lower. As we are talking about this, right? There's no way for general teacher to compete, and students just try to find the cheapest teacher to work with if they are looking for general teacher. So keep that in mind. So that's the first reason. Niche teaching gives you the opportunity to specialize, right? Become an expert. The second reason, niche teaching can get your students better results, and therefore justify a higher rate. So this is something you probably never thought about. I'll explain it, okay? So teachers often forget the fact that students learn English for a reason. You always know, okay, teacher, no, I got students, learn Chinese, learn English. You never ask, why do you learn English? Why do you learn Chinese, right? You always know, okay, they learn English, but there's always a reason, right? They don't learn English because they want to learn English. They learn English because they have problems when it comes to English. And maybe they want to speak with foreigners, right? They're in a foreign country, or they want to travel, they want to pass exams, or they want to study in English-speaking countries, or want to get a job, or even just want to travel by themselves. There are always reasons for them to learn a language, learn English, and they all have problems to solve, okay? So let me illustrate this, right? So let's say students want to learn English to solve problem. And this is where students are now on the left-hand side and where students want to be on the right-hand side. And students have to solve this problem when it comes to English. And what happens is working with general teacher, so general teachers only focusing on English. And what they do, they don't care about the reasons. They don't care about why you want to learn English. They just want to teach you English. And then the teachers only can bring these people, these students, halfway through this. They only teach them English, right? Then the students need to implement. Okay, I learned from the teacher, from a general teacher, English. Now I need to implement it to solve the problem myself. And most people actually fail in implementing. So what happens is working with general teacher, they only bring the students halfway through, right? Then they fail at the end, right? It takes 2 steps and students fail in implementing. For a niche teacher, on the other hand, niche teachers focus on problems. They don't care. They don't care the English. They teach you whatever you need to solve the problem. And the teachers teach you and help and they implement with students. So it takes 1 step for this niche teacher, for the students to learn and solve the problem, and students succeed in implementing because the teachers are helping them implement. So this is the results general teacher and niche teacher can get students. In return, general teachers get paid less than half because you only bring them halfway through. And oftentimes these students failed in implementing, but niche teachers can bring them all the way through and get paid much more. So this is a reason not many teachers understand. So I want to show you guys. So there are 2 reasons why niche teachers get to paid more. All right, I want you guys to understand this. If you do understand, drop in the comments with your question. I'll answer it, okay? It's very important for you guys to understand why niche teaching is a solution here. So that's the first topic of the day. And second one, the 2 marketing models very quickly here. So there are 2 marketing models, okay? I want to explain that. And the reason I wanted to talk about the marketing models all the time is because whenever I talk to teachers, I always ask this question: what is stopping you from going independent and getting your own students online? So what is stopping you? Not surprising, 90%, over 90% of teachers believe marketing is the biggest barrier. Oh, I don't know how to do marketing. Marketing is the biggest barrier. I don't know. I just wanted to learn how to do marketing. Because either they don't know how to do it or lack of knowledge or skill. I just don't know how to do it. I don't know. I never get trained for that, right? or they tried and failed, wasting money and time. And the marketing is the biggest challenge for them. It's just like a giant mountain is sitting between teachers and students. And that's actually what teachers described for me. It was like, I know there are students. I just don't know how to market myself. I don't know how to find them. There's a mountain sitting between me and my students, right? So if you try to market yourself, and probably some of you have already done that, you have a lot of problems. You try to reduce your price, hoping you can attract some more students. You offer free lessons. A lot of teachers just keep offering free lessons, hoping some students pay them eventually. Or they set up websites and try to get students, but nobody actually visits the website. Nobody actually books sessions on the website. Or they try to post everything on social media, but not getting anything, right? So these are the problems teachers might have, if they have tried marketing online. And they don't know why. They just blame whatever they are doing. Either they think, oh, the website is not working because they need to update the website. The social media marketing, they're not good at, or they're spending money on marketing. They haven't spent enough marketing. I need to do ads, right? Or I haven't done enough. I need to try harder. So that's really a lot of time teachers talk about, but it's really not any of those things, okay? So what you are doing wrong is you are following the wrong marketing models. That's the fundamental problem here. You are following the wrong marketing model. So the first model, broad marketing. So this is the model you shouldn't follow. I'll explain why. So what is broad marketing? Broad marketing is to do marketing with the broad messages to cover a broad audience. So broad marketing, people use that oftentimes, right? The marketing, the ads, the commercials you get to see, get to listen on TV, through radio, the newsletter ads, general social media ads. So brand marketing is good for building business awareness. That's what big companies do. They let people know about them, right? But not good for getting quick results. And also brand marketing requires a huge upfront funding and significant long-term resource. You need the money to burn, to show these ads to a big population in order to get some results. And for example, all these online companies, online ESL companies, they spend millions of dollars every year on marketing. And the way I look at it is they just build these big ships, and then they send these ships to deep ocean, then throw out a massive net to catch fish, just like the picture says, right? Go build ships and with the big nets to catch fish. And that's broad marketing. And they will get results because they have big ships, they have big nets, they are in the ocean. And also they don't mind catching all different kinds of fish, the big fish, all kind of different kind of fish. And they have a big nets, it's okay. They are catching fish because they have the resource, they have a ship. Online companies can get students using this model because they have a resource that can afford letting small fish go. However, if you as an independent teacher using this model for your business, you won't be able to get any students because you don't have sufficient resources. You don't have the money to spend to do broad marketing. You don't have the money to build a ship, right, to help you get these students, and you end up going nowhere. That's what people do. Like they spend money on ads, they just spend money on a website, but they're not getting anything because they're doing a broad marketing. They don't have a specific message to send to a specific group, which is covered in the second model, specific marketing. So specific marketing is doing marketing with specific messages to cover a specific audience. So this specific marketing uses customized, personalized messages and ads. It's good for getting quick results with targeted audience and don't require huge upfront funding or significant long-term resource. So back to this analogy we use, right? Instead of building ships, with specific marketing, the way you do it is find an ideal pond, like accessible to you, like nearby, like something you can find, right? That's your niche. And then you narrowly tail your fishing net. You don't use this wide, broad net, right? You use tailor your fishing net, which is your messages, to be very specific. And then you can catch the fish in that pond, which is your niche. And in other words, when you have a niche, right, you know who you want to target and how you target them with specific marketing messages. That actually works. So I hope you guys understand the two different concepts, different models, broad marketing and specific marketing. Both of them will work, but just for different work for different companies or people or in different way. So give some examples. Broad marketing message for English teachers, right? I help students with their English so they can speak more fluently and with fewer grammar mistakes. So if you're marketing yourself like this, you're sending broad marketing messages, you're trying to target all the English learners and you'll focus on English, and it's not going to work for independent teachers. If you, and for a specific marketing message, give you one example here. I help IT professionals improve their job performance and secure future career opportunities by advancing their English communication skills. So again, with IT professionals, right? You talk about the pain points, the problems specifically for them, the specific marketing messages, and that will resonate, right? It will resonate much better with people from your niche. So specific marketing is the only marketing model that works, okay? So I hope that I made my point here, the two different models, why the specific one works for independent teacher. So now let's move on to the third one, the simple proven 3 steps to get students online and succeed your online business. These 3 steps are very simple. So that's the same step all our clients are following. Niche, you always need to think about your niche first, okay? Define your niche, transition from general teacher to niche teacher. Stop doing general teaching, think about the niche, define your niche, and then think about your program. Okay, you have a niche now. What the problem they have? Why they have this problem? How can I help them with the problem with my program? Think about program, and then you market yourself. Now you have you know who is your niche, and you know what's the problem they have, what the services you can provide to help them, and that's the marketing. So niche program marketing, that's the same one all our clients are following, and you should follow as well. So common mistake here. These are the 3 steps, but a common mistake for teachers, I think I mentioned already, teachers always want to start with the marketing when they try to get their own students, which it makes sense. I can teach. The only thing I don't know or I haven't done is to market myself. And that's very simple for people to think about that, but that's a common mistake. You shouldn't think about that because marketing is the last step. As you see, the 3 steps. Marketing is the last step because you need to figure out your niche and program first and build your business foundation. So what is business foundation? Business foundation is the perfect alignment between your niche, your program, your marketing messages. And when you have your business foundation, this alignment, your potential students can feel that alignment and will believe that they're part of the group people you can help. They will already have a trust when they see, oh, you are the specialist helping this particular group. They'll have a lot of trust already. And then they believe you understand their problem. You're the solution to this problem. It keeps them up at night. And they believe you must have answer to their question. That's why the business foundation is so essential here. And when people get this feeling, the students get this feeling on social media, when they come across your profile, they already have a trust. They want to connect with you. They want to talk to you. They want to work with you because you're the specialist. You understand them, right? So that's the foundation. The alignment is the reason they become your students. You need to have the business foundation first. You need to build that before even thinking about marketing, okay? And marketing is just a tool to grow your business. And let me explain what that means, right? Without the business foundation, marketing is a waste of money and time. So if you're thinking about marketing, and without the business foundation, you need to think about the business foundation first, okay? So let me explain this in a very simple way. When you have a business without a solid foundation, okay, what it is? When you have a business without a solid foundation, your business is a zero to me. All right, I'll explain what this means. Your business is zero to me if you don't have a foundation. And what marketing does is to grow your business, is to add in more zeros to whatever you have. So marketing does not give you the one. Marketing gives you zeros behind whatever you're getting, right? So when you have a business without a foundation, you have a zero. And when you do marketing, you add zeros to that zero, you get 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's why you don't get any students, you get any results. However, when you have a business with a foundation, that's the number one you are building. When you have a foundation, you have a number one. Then you do marketing. You keep adding zeros to grow your business. And that's how you get 1, 10, 100, 1,000 better and better results. So that's the relationship between foundation and the marketing. Marketing is adding zeros. Foundation gives you the one to start with, right? So that's these 3 steps. Niche, program, marketing. That's why marketing is at the end. It's the last thing you think about before you figure out your niche, your program, your foundation. 3 steps. So today you guys are here. And I hope everything I mentioned today makes sense, right? If you like, I can help you. So our team, myself, can help you with the 3 steps, niche, program, marketing, and we actually can help you with that in just 21 days. I want to explain one of the program we offer, And if you have questions, feel free to ask about that too. So the 21-day challenge, I can explain a little bit more here. So 21-day challenge is our flagship service. We've been running it for over 2 years. It's a group session where we run monthly, and you work with my team and myself for 21 days. We answer questions in the group and host live Q&As to get you through. So basically, we're going to help you with your needs, help with your program, help you with your marketing to get you started, and everything happens in just 21 days. So in 21 days, so I talk about this niche. You understand niche teaching is important, and then there's a systematic approach actually we follow to help our clients define their niche. So what niche works better for you in this industry? We have a systematic way to help you. And also we help you structure a big program. So you have your niche. Now what you're gonna do with your program, we talk about payload sessions, exercise, the framework that actually works. Then help you also develop your marketing messages with the effective exercise. There's some exercise you can do in the 21 challenge to really think about, okay, how you can resonate with your niche with a message that actually works, right? That's what we're gonna do. And in the 21 challenge, usually we cover these three platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, Clubhouse, and these are the very popular ones for teaching language teachers, for ESL teachers. LinkedIn is more for advanced teachers, advanced learners, professionals. Facebook is for others like children and for like interest-based niches. And Clubhouse is a big one for test preparation. We cover all these three platforms in the 21 challenge. And also we give you guys templates to help you start right away. A lot of templates in 21 challenge. And for example, niche templates, how you define a niche. A lot of teachers follow the template, develop their niche, and that works. And we have program templates, and people are following that to sell their program. And also marketing sales templates as well in the 21 challenge. And the price, the investment to join the 21 challenge is the marketing price is $197 to participate. And some of you might have questions, the flexibility, I always talk about that. No, you have the flexibility because we just released the video to the group. You can watch the video anytime you want during your day, and you can even miss a couple of days and catch up. It's very flexible. We have live Q&As, but they are recorded, so you can watch it later on. And teachers can finish the challenge even with a full-time job. That happens all the time. If you have a full-time job, as long as you can spend maybe 1 to 2 hours every day on the basis, or you want to catch up during the weekends, you can finish it as well. And 30 minutes at least, it's minimum we want to spend if you can, and 1 to 2 hours is going to make things better. And we have over 500 reviews already on the website, and thousands of teachers have graduated from the challenge in the past 2 years, and many of them get students even within 21 days. So what we do, we don't teach you how to charge $20. We teach you how to charge over 60, 80, even $100 an hour. And that's what teachers are actually getting just from the 21 challenge. So I have a special bonus because this is the first time we collaborate with Edugo. And I want to give you a really big discount for Edugo's audience clients for like 75% off, only $47. And we've never done this before. So we want to make a gesture to help you guys get going with this. And also this is our first collaboration. We want to do our best to help you guys as well. So we only have 50 tickets, and I'm gonna share this link after I finish the presentation. 50 links for you guys to register at 70% or 75% off for $47. And this is only for the next round, which starts on April 1st. So the discount is gonna expire on March 31st. So this is only for the next one, starting on April 1st, okay? So yeah, I just want to quickly wrap this up. It's only one challenge away, to be honest, guys. If you are interested in what I'm saying and you think you can try this out, getting your own students online, and I really think the 21 challenge can be a good place to start with. And I hope my presentation have answered some of your questions about niche teaching, about how to get students online, charge a higher rate. But of course, drop in your question in the comments. I will handle them later on. So I think that's all the presentation I have here. I will just get back to Nicole.
So James, many thanks for this presentation. I also learned a lot, especially all the details about the niche, the marketing, how to do all these steps. Really, thank you for this. And so now, like, if you can share also the link in the chat, because I see that people are asking it already. And now, like, it's time to move to the second part of the presentation. So if Giuseppe is here with us and is ready, we can jump in the Edugo.AI part.
Absolutely. Thank you, James, for the presentation. Indeed, it was also a learning experience for ourselves at Edugo, because we always actually like talk about topics similar to that, but actually today you gave us a very nice frame of this kind of strategy. And I love the analogy with the fish. I think that's a very powerful way to really understand this concept, and I think is very, very true. Especially once you move online, actually you can go all over the world and actually go on very specific niche, because you know, all the world is your market. So you can find exactly this kind of people that are maybe not in other parts of the world. If you are offline, of course, you're limited by the geography you're set. So it's also like more difficult to go on a specific niche. And so like the power of online is, of course, we can have this kind of opportunity today because we are doing online teaching. And talking about online, we need actually tools in order to reach those customers. And that's exactly what we do at Edugo. So today, actually, I don't want to go too much on theories, but because already James did an amazing job describing those strategies. I will go more on practical side. So I show actually how you can use Edugo, for example, to implement one of these niche strategies. So Nicole, please, if you can share your screen and help me out with this demo of the practical implementation of one of those strategies. Actually, we prepared an example, and this is actually an example, taking the example of James about like a niche topics. We talk about medical English. But of course, this can be even more specific, like, you know, English for surgeons that would like to go on and work in the US, for example. So a very specific kind of topic. And what is very interesting here is that we created actually a system that is covering this 100% of giving 100% a solution to the audience. So we start actually having content that we call it like asynchronous content. So this can be actually content that is created by you and uploaded in the platform. And this can be already very specific. But then you can go from this kind of like specific content asynchronous. Then right after you can have, as you can see here, like a book time slot with the teacher. And all that can be integrated in one package. So you can go from this like specific content that is pre-recorded to a content that is then generated after the video call done with the teacher. So there are those two parts, and this actually is kind of a unique way that Edugo works. So you go from specific topic to then very, very specific kind of like language that is needed by the student. So you go super specific and you actually solve the problem of the student. Let's first start with the asynchronous content. So here we created this lesson. It's a very simple lesson. So it will be about medical vocabulary, right? And actually, I'm very excited to show this lesson to you today because it's the first time we are showing the new gamification elements we created. Because we know, of course, that you know, having a gamified experience is also something that allows students to also have fun. And here, for example, you can see that we have, like students are getting points, and it's kind of like having a, you know, similar to Duolingo experience. So it's a gamified lesson, and actually we integrated different kind of gamified elements to make the experience actually very, very nice.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Okay, so this actually is interesting because you can become the kind of like, you know, in Duolingo you have the owl, like the mascot, the green owl. You can become your own mascot of your platform. So this actually also brings level of personalization to the content and creates actually this link from the content to the user. So there is a lot of opportunities to create very specific content that integrate also personalized elements to that. So here Nicole is actually going through the you know, those lessons, but this is actually very simple, like we'll fill in the blank. The system supports many different kind of exercises and activities. here you can have, for example, like a summary of what has been the learning experience of the student, also with the mistakes that the student is making. And then once the lesson is finished, okay, this is very important. So this lesson can be shared, for example, on LinkedIn or on Clubhouse, and then you can actually get the user to create a profile right after. So this can be very good for the user acquisition part. So you send this lesson as a content outside, for example, a DM on LinkedIn to your customer, and then the lesson becomes like your lead magnet. So basically the lesson is the way that you are bringing this customer from like social media to actually creating an account. And so you're getting the email, you're acquiring this potential customer, right? So it didn't pay yet, but you're acquiring the platform. Once the customer is actually creating an account, now is inside this, in this course, and now is prompt to book a lesson. And this can be actually like a lesson that, of course, needs to be paid. So at that point, you convert this customer into a paying customer. So you're monetizing. And you can also manage the live interaction also in the same kind of user experience. What is very unique about Edugo, and I challenge you to go find another software that is doing something similar, is the power of depersonalization. So we use artificial intelligence to process the content of a video call and then generate the super specific language content after the call is over. So as James was saying, like we'll go and create the language that completely solve the specific problem of your customer. For example, here you can see this report is generated after the video call in the platform. And here you can see the recording of the class. And Nicole can play. So
now let's dive deep in the class.
Okay, so these are demo class. So you can have like a teacher and a student. What is very interesting is the fact that the class is recorded and then the key sentences are extracted from the live lesson. And then there are a set of activities, gamified activities that are created with the content that has been completely personalized for the student. I use actually this feature was very useful for me when I was a student of Chinese in China, and I wanted to learn how to do a presentation to Chinese investors. So my teacher was creating very specific content that was actually my Chinese presentation, and that kind of language was very useful for me to have like a fluent presentation in Chinese. The same, of course, can happen here for different kind of use cases. So specific problem needs specific language. And this is a way that you can create very specific language in the platform. And of course, save everything. And so like everything stays in the same platform. So one thing I would like to say is that having this kind of system that can memorize all this language is actually giving you the power to retain those users for a longer time. Because now those students that you have a higher switching cost to go to another platform, and so like you will be able also to have a higher retention of those students because everything now that is created is in their platform. Okay, so this is a little bit the overview. So imagine like you have this nice course. Another thing is also you can create like a social learning experience. For example, on the right side, now you can have a leaderboard. So you can have different students that are competing. And so it's also like you're creating interaction among those users, but at the same time, giving personalized learning experience for them. This is, of course, just one of the configuration of Edugo. We support many other kind of configuration. For example, having multiple students, like group classes, also having live streaming. So there is many other parts. Okay, Nicole is now showing like a group class kind of onboarding. But of course, today we don't have enough time to go through go over all the features of the platform. So I would like just to wrap up now. And I would like now to open up to the Q&A section. If you have any questions for James or for the Edugo team, we'll be very happy to have a discussion with you. Okay. Nicole, maybe you can help us to go through the questions.
Of course. Yeah, I already see there are some questions, so I would like to start from the first one. I'm just scrolling up in the chat. Okay, so the first one comes from Carrie, who's asking, this is for you, James, is being a native speaker of English and being fluent in the student's language unique?
Yeah, so actually asked Carrie to clarify that. I think she wanted to know, is it a niche to be able to teach students who are native speakers, let's say in Russian, who want to learn English, and they can say things in their native language if they get stuck. So if I understand correctly, you're saying if it is a niche, if you target, let's say Russian speakers and help them to be able to speak better in English or something in their native language get stuck. Yeah, so usually one type of niches some teachers do is what we call language specific niche. So we have teachers actually targeting Japanese speakers only, Spanish speakers only, and Italian speakers only. So that happens, content specific or language specific niche. So I only work with people who speak this particular language. And the benefits being, so when you work with a very particular a group of same language speakers, and then you get to do the comparison, like, what's the difference between Russian and English? It really helps with the learning. And also the problem, especially when it comes to pronunciation, vocabulary, can fall into the very similar pattern if they speak the same language. So that's really beneficial. I don't know if that answers your question, Carrie. Let me know, okay?
James, I have a question for you. Sure. So let's say teacher transition from general to niche teaching, and obviously they charge a high rate, meaning they sell their one-to-one lesson. But there are also teachers who can develop their product portfolio, so they can also one-to-one, they can offer like a course plus a group live session once or twice per month, or even they can launch a product which is just content-based. What would you suggest to such teachers to start from one-to-one directly, and then go lower price, medium price, lower price, or lower price, medium, and high price? What's your take working with different teachers on this?
Yeah, so for niche teaching, specifically, we follow a vertical model. A vertical model, I didn't explain, this is too much for today. Vertical model, that's where teachers need to, so in my experience, and also I think it's working very well, so teachers always start with the one-on-one, because they have a niche, they need to use one-on-one to get feedback from the niche on their programs. They need to learn from the niche. They need to, you can't just become a specialist in IT professional overnight, right? You have to learn from them, right? You start with a general teacher, and then in order to become a niche teacher, you need to learn a lot from your niche. And the best way to learn from your niche is to deliver one-on-one coaching, get to meet them one-on-one, get to learn, get to receive feedback on your program, to improve your program, to build your understanding, your expertise in that niche, right? So that's we'll always suggest you need to start with the one-on-one coaching. So once you have done a few one-on-one coaching, you feel like, oh, I know the niche much better now. And some teachers are gonna transition to group coaching. So they're gonna, okay, I'm not gonna do one-on-one now. Let's just do 3-4 people in a group coaching. After that, they are considering offering online courses. So course always comes later after they have been doing this for a while, with the one-on-one group coaching, because if you don't really know your niche well enough, you're gonna just create a course that nobody wants or does not solve the problem or not gonna get your student results, right? So course comes after one-on-one coaching and the group coaching, then course, right? So it can happen very fast. Some of the teachers, they can move on to group coaching after 4 or 5 months of doing one-on-one, and then another 4 or 5 months, they're already launching courses and having courses. And when it comes to courses, you can use it different ways. I can sell premium course. Some teachers are selling over $1,000 for their course. Some people are using courses as lead magnets to generate leads, right? So the different price points for the course depending on how you use it. And also for one-on-one. For one-on-one, I always tell people to charge premium. So in the 21 challenge or the clients working with us, we ask them to charge no less than $50 an hour. And if you have a 10-week program for 10 hours, that's going to be $500 per program. That's really the minimum we ask our niche teachers to charge, because that is really the minimum that can justify your time as a niche teacher. And also that's how people are gonna, it's very often people accept that $50 at working with a niche teacher, that's really the minimum. And as they go, they always increase the price very quickly from 50 to 60. And not too long, they're gonna be able to charge over $100 an hour eventually. So setting premium for your one-on-one, and then you can lower down your price for group sessions. And for the course, depending on how you use it, you can have different price points. Does it make sense to you? Does that answer your question?
Totally makes sense. I've seen a teacher doing this successfully. I have another follow-up question. Maybe other teachers can come and also participate in the conversation. So what is the time once they build this product portfolio of one-on-one, like group plus content and then just content? When is the time for them to quit kind of like working for the business and then work on the business rather than for the business? Meaning like they can hire other teachers and they can just manage them at some point.
Yeah, so the time really varies. The progress varies too. But I have an interview next week. A teacher got 15 students in 1 month, which is amazing. But that does not happen a lot. So most teachers, they get their first students maybe in the first month, and another students another month. So it's really slow at first, and then it picks up. And when it comes to making the decision, okay, I'm gonna leave my job, I'm gonna be fully on this business, they need to see consistent results. They need to make sure, oh, I'm getting 3-4 students, I'm making $2,000-3,000 every month by doing what I do. Then they feel more comfortable. And that happens, usually it can happen like in a year after start doing this, and it can happen earlier, like a few months. Now, also depending on how much time you spend, right? For example, a lot of teachers get really good success, like a lot of results at first, because they spend like hours, a lot of hours every day on their business to start with. But for teachers who are on a full-time job, they only spend 30 minutes a day with their business, and we don't expect that happens very, very, very fast. Probably takes much longer because you only spend 30 minutes a day on your business, right? So it really varies. But what I can say for sure is, as long as you keep going and keep doing it, and you will be able to gather and make the shift when you feel comfortable. Don't force yourself to do it when you're not.
Right. Cool. Many thanks, James, and thank you also, Giorgio, for coming up with those questions. So I would like to keep going with other question. This one is for Giuseppe, since John is asking, is there a way for teacher and students to interact on Edugo?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for the question. Actually, there are many ways for teachers and students to interact. Of course, we support like a chat system. So for example, like if you have a student that is enrolling in your course, you're using as a lead magnet, then you can send like DM directly in the platform to make them convert. We have also like a discussion, like a kind of like a forum. So like the teacher can share information to a group of students. And of course, there is the synchronous interaction, which is like a live interaction. So Edugo also support like a video call system. So we didn't have the time to demo to you today, so maybe it was a little confusing. Also, like we show you the recording at the end, but also we have the live system inside Edugo, so you can have a video call like the one we're having right now, and then the review, and so the content is generated right after the video call in Edugo software. So many different touch points that the teacher and students can have.
Exactly, and I think that this is also linked about like the live lessons to the next question. That is, does this platform have any feature which allows a student to schedule classes with teachers?
Absolutely, yeah. That's actually, and again, sorry, because the demo probably was not that clear because there is so many features to show in one time. So absolutely, if you guys want to go a little deeper, Actually, I almost forgot to say one thing before answering to the question, is that for the students, for the teachers that are coming also from James' program, we have a special offer, which is actually like 3 months for free of use the platform. And we actually created a wait list because right now we are a little bit overwhelmed with all the teachers that are coming. So we have to create like a wait list. But if you sign up right away on the wait list, you have high chances to get the platform for free. And just actually say that you're coming from this webinar in the form that we're going to share in the chat room. And so like you're going to be able to also test by yourself and start to enroll some students and do all this kind of experiments by yourself. So you can test the platform and it will be completely for free. Also because we appreciate James to offer us like this discount for our community. So we also want like to offer the same, like a special offer for Edugo platform. So yeah, if you're interested in knowing more, please click on the link. But of course, to go back on the question, yes, Edugo system supports the scheduling. Can be like actually you as a teacher, you can open your calendar and manage your calendar in the platform. Or on the other end, you can actually have a group class, so you can schedule the group classes and manage onboarding. So both are supported in the platform.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm also sharing just right now the link in the chat to everybody so that in case you'd like to fill in the form and join the waiting list to try out the platform. Then I'd like to go ahead with other questions because I see them. Okay. So this is a question coming from Sophia. Do you have a plan B if the internet connection is poor or down during the lesson, either at the teacher or the student end?
I'm done. Oh.
Okay. Okay, I don't think it was a question.
Okay, it's not. Okay. And okay, and then someone is also asking, can we see the UI for creating lessons?
Okay, so there are two questions.
Yeah. Okay.
The first one, if the internet connection drops, what do you do? Okay, that's a very good point. Yeah, I don't know if James, you have some kind of experience on that, but maybe you can call them by phone, I guess, or like even the telephone number might be one way. But
sorry, which question?
Okay, so they're asking like a plan B in case the internet connection is down, both from the teacher or the student side. How to handle this?
Reschedule.
Okay, yeah.
So if you do online teaching, the internet is down. It's down. You say, "Hey, I'm sorry." Probably can't even say sorry because it's internet is down, right? And no, just reschedule. If this happens, if this could happen, you can give your student a heads up. Hey, my internet is not stable those days. If I just suddenly disappear, that means my internet down or my power is down. I'll definitely come back to you once I have my internet back. So they have this expectation if this can happen, right? Yeah, you just have to reschedule it. Yeah. Or you can leave your phone number, like what Giuseppe said. You can leave your phone number. I mean, oftentimes if you are doing online teaching, probably your student is not in the same country with you, and probably it's not that convenient to call anyway. So, yeah.
Great. And the second question was about the lesson creation flow, and that's a very good point. And I think actually we will not be enough time in this webinar to go through that part. But if you go on our YouTube channel and you follow, our channel, actually do it also if you want to access to the recording of this webinar, because it will be posted there. But also you can go and watch previous webinars. We can link you one webinar where we're actually covering the lesson creation flow. We can show to you. But if you have more specific questions, you can schedule like a call with us. Just go on our website and book a Calendly slot, and we'll be very happy to demo to you how the lesson creation flow works.
Exactly. So since like it's already an hour like that we are in this webinar, and I see there are no other questions. I really would like to wrap up a little bit and remind you that you can both fill in the form that James first shared with us about his challenge, as well as the one of Edugo.AI. And I really invite you to connect with us on our website or on LinkedIn so that we can talk more. And in case you have a further question, you can directly ask us. We will be absolutely open and happy to further discuss with all of you. And then I would like to thank you all for staying with us. I would like to thank you, James and Giuseppe, our speakers, and all of you, of course, for joining this session, and hope you get a lot of value and insight from this. So thank you all, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Everyone,
see you next webinar in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.